Hello, me. Welcome to Being God number 13 on the 14th. Oh, bollocks, excuse my French. Yep, on the 14th of July. Yep. I'm labelled Roy Thomas Dennell. This is my mind body. And over the last 12 days, I've been sharing my truth. And this is a continuation of the same. And today, I want to look at, today I want to look at healing. Yeah? And it's a bit smaller. So, healing. So let's just, sorry, as I say, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't set an agenda, you know, in the sense that I'm going to work through all these points. I just have a general idea. Oh, that sounds right, that sounds right. I've printed something off. I've printed it because I'm sharing it as a photo on my YouTube, LinkedIn and X accounts, which is where I post all my stuff in relation to God stuff, or anything really. So I wanted to talk about this because what this is, this is quite small. I have to get my bins on for this. I'm getting better, eh? So miraculous healings in mind. Hello me. Thought is a mechanism of creation as we think we are. So I think it would be a good outcome if people all over the world began experiencing miraculous remissions to illness. Full stop. It may take place over one cycle a day. Choice is a wonderful thing. Now I've added in there on the other one about the idea of seeing the good in everything. Okay, I mentioned this a day or two or three ago, probably, and this is really important to. I mean, the choice is yours, but the bottom line is, I have a very specific vision. It's a vision of truth, and the vision. Well, I'll come back to that. Let's stay on track. Healing, all right? When we're born, go back again. At the point of inception, the concept of what we are to be, in the sense of a mind body, is perfect. And all the way through, right up until we pass, yeah, we are perfect. How can you say that? You get ill or whatever. Because the imperfection is perfect. Your presentation of imperfection, in the sense of illness, in the sense of anger, frustration, emotion, ultimately, yeah? Yes, your perception is one of error, which causes anomalies of energy to fix themselves in position in relation to something. And that's what you have to find, understand, find balance, forgive, release. So, perfect body at inception and healing then. Healing is just remembering the perfection of what we are. And what we are is God projecting mind into a mind-body. The separation, remember, is the ego, and that's where we're really entrenched in the body. So maybe just to sow a seed, how about you start thinking of, well, this isn't my body, it's just a perfectly healthy, healed, functioning mind-body, which is the projected form of love for me to experience relation. And everything here is the same. If you, when we think of envisioning, we're seeing things that we know. Okay? So if I see a scene where it's like, to me in this sense, looking through, it's that idea of an Eden, a heaven, where you walk through and there might be a deer or flowers or some little bugs or whatever, you know, because it's all self projecting. Yeah? As in me. Yeah. So this is, terminology gets really confusing and you have to be on your game here. I was going to whinge about the whiteboard markers because they're brand new and 2 of them are dry. And I was going to say j'accuse and it was an emotive rising. So I saw it, capped it, and as soon as I capped it, an alternative interpretation popped into my head that sat really nicely in balance. Maybe it was your fault, Roy, for leaving the caps off over 24 hours, which is what they're intended to work within, tolerance-wise. And maybe if I've now put the tops back on, that in a day, I might find them a little bit better to work with. So we'll see. But it's jumping to conclusions, isn't it? I used to do that a lot. So, healing, perfect mind, body. I'm going to read you this. Let's read the rest of this. I'll get my bins on because it's just too small. So, choice is a wonderful thing. And the seed is sown. The power of I begins to respond with ways of correlating thoughts over the change due to the perfection in being that we are. The love and encouragement and belief comes slowly but surely from self and the ones who support, encourage and help as the self-belief grows. Over tumbling moments, the notions of health and rightness, of goodness, fills the awareness and only the one love of the I. This is the natural flow of creative belief in play. Particularly with children, but in most for sure, we find the projection of those around are in fact debilitating due to damaged self-belief in knowing. I'm going to come back to this because this is all important, I feel. When those around them begin to exercise their own error, then they too will find new in awareness, in both harmony and peace. And this will assist in bringing the error of all self up for consideration, to be forgiven and released. Do not hold on to energy of mind. It flows. All right? So imagine it's like, that's a nice analogy actually. Think of the flow. Every illness represents a point of struggle. Yeah? And the struggle represents the balancing and nullification, if you will, of the energy pertaining to that emotive reference in your head as thought. Yeah? And if that stays with you, it can make you ill. Worry yourself to death. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. So, where was I? Do not hold on to energy of mind, it flows. The power sits within you. It has always sat within you. Okay? Job done, I move, respond, begin. This is the way of it. I shall put that up as a picture, you know, as a photograph, as I do. And let's just come back to this. So what am I talking about with regards to children? Because this is quite important. At the point of inception, if you think that what we're doing now, we're introducing a mind body which is going to grow in form within another form. So this is an energy that's an independent, unique energy in the sense of the form here. So this is within, okay? And then everything that's within the mum in the sense of mind, perceptions, beliefs, feelings, sadness, despair, all this stuff is going to affect the growing fetus, isn't it? Yeah? So, this is true, and at this point, it's really, really, really important that no one embraces any guilt or even a notion of guilt. This is my fault in relation to this, all right? That's not the case. I mean, it is the case, it's not the case. Every one of us comes here with a view to working through whatever is presented, and when we're going to work through prior to the spark of inception within the womb, where the physiological process begins within this reference, yeah, this illusion, then, excuse me, oh dear. So, I forgot what I was fucking saying now. Well, prior to everything's perfect, isn't it? Yeah, it's that idea of this is a conception that has been unique as a single entity from the first point. But then it sort of leads you into the idea of the original plan, the game plan, and what things were meant to be, in the sense of the original creative perception. But coming back to the children, so the children, if they're going to start taking on illness in the womb as they grow, then that's obviously apparent when they're born. Otherwise, it's developed during the growing period. Yeah, as we go into the mind-body experience. And it's possible to take on, if you think of, look at all the psychological references that we have in the sense of historical cases of where environment has suppressed the growth of a child in the sense of being. And whether it's a timidity, a stutter, an illness, a lisp, a thing, it doesn't matter. It's all a reflection of environment in formative years. Going back in the womb as well, yeah? Now, the trick. Just listen to this. If there is me, myself, and I, then ultimately, I'm just me. Because myself, as I said, yeah, remember all the little pictures that I do? Yeah, there's I, the infinite at the top. There's me in the middle, the child, yeah, sorry. And the heart underneath is representative of myself. Yeah. Anyway, myself is not me. Myself is not I. I am not the creative force that puts everything together in the perspective with which I experience it. This comes from here. The power is from God Father. But we know that the power initiates the spark. And again, don't think of spark of light in the sense of creation. Think of the spark of awareness in the sense of source. Okay? So, that's the Tai Chi. Think of the symbols. You can't have, that's the imbalance. You have to have the balance. So, there is the existence. Yeah? And that's your awareness, I. Which eventually became I am. Self-awareness. Okay? So when we've got self-awareness, we can move into that trinity, for want of a better word, of conceive, create, and relate. Oh. Yeah? Okay? So if we can conceive the truth of who we are, getting there, aren't we? So if we can embrace the truth of who we are, and no, this is not me, is it? This is me. So, perfect body. Perfect body. Yeah, that's what I should have. Because that's what I am. Yeah? I am not the representation of all the accumulated crap and bullshit, lies and nonsense that I've gathered together life to date. And if you do that, then really it's a question of, well, instantly, at the very least, wake up tomorrow, and there should be noticeable change, if not a complete miraculous reversal of your condition. Is that possible? Well, let's not be foolish about this, because the power that we're talking about to do this is the God power. Yeah? This is all from God power. You think fixing a silly little body that's just a fabrication of mine is going to be a fucking problem? Get with the program. And when you start to deal with these things in mind so that you can bring everything down and find that perfect peace and really appreciate the perfect body and give out that wonderful frequency to those all around you, you find that you'll start helping people. How about that? Because the more we are, the more we are. The more we are, we are. So, perfect body. Hang on to that. We have the perfect body. We can go back and say, yes. It's perfect then. Now, this isn't me. What isn't mine? What energy isn't mine? Show me. Let me know. Let me deal with it and get rid of it. So, that's healing. So, and that's engaging with the concept of body equals myself. It's not me and it's not I. As weird as it sounds, I forgot I wrote that there, otherwise I referred to it earlier. So anyway, there you go. So that's in a nutshell, it really, 8.5 billion people or whatever it is. I don't know how many people are not well. Yeah? I don't believe anyone should be sick. I don't see why anyone should be sick. Yeah? I just see perfection. I see good. I see good in everyone because I understand that everyone carries their own baggage, and that once we get rid of the baggage, then we can entertain truth like this. How about that? And then what is this going to do? Is this going to give some sort of kudos to me? Well, or not if you're healthy and running around, it's just going to give you health. Do you need to make reference to me? No, you need to make reference to who you are, which is God, as I am also. Yeah? Share the good news. Exactly, what I say, don't worry about me, just share it. Because the more that we all come together, the quicker things will be. I hope that sort of works. Remember, I don't know what I'm doing, don't know what I'm saying. I'm just doing stuff. Yeah? And I like doing stuff. I enjoy doing stuff, and I hope you enjoy the stuff that I do. So yeah, remember the point of focus. Point of focus, seeing only good is the gift. I'm just going to reiterate on that. Seeing only good is the gift. When we only see good, we cannot experience a concept of separation. So, love is the light love of my dreams. Light love, love light. Light love, love light. Light love, love light. Without, within, without, within. Light love, love light. Okay? Fear is the home of distortion. Yeah? How can I say that fear is the home of distortion? Because all perspective is biased. You're looking like that instead of like that. Does that make sense? Can you understand that? So, yeah, this is the separation. Heaven is where the heart is. Presence is my knowing, my home. So heaven is where the heart is. The heart, the soul, yeah, whatever. And heaven is where it is. I'm in my heaven, I'm in my hell. You're in whatever you wish to be. Whatever you create for yourself. Yeah? You could walk amongst the battlefield and be perfectly at peace in the middle of a war. Presence is my knowing, my home. In the future, don't be present in the past. Be present in the divine reality of the knowing divine self you are. There we are. So, future. Inside, remember the perfection of yourself based on the truth of who you are. Remember the perfection of yourself based on the truth of who you are. worded that wrong. It's the second time, didn't I? Different. Yeah. So, I am that I am, as you are also hear my voice, see my truth. Oh, Struth. I can't think of anything else. I'm going to go. Share the word. Embrace the way.